What's up, YouTube? It's Al from backyardnursery.org. Right now we're dealing with officenursery.org, but I don't actually own that domain, so don't go there. But so what I want to do is report back on the progress since the last video on some of the cuttings that I made right at the end of autumn. And so today's guest host is a guest that you've seen before because we turned this big plant into little plants, and it is the Liriope, or the Lilly Turf Grass. So let's check in on this plant and see what's happening. So it's been about 75 days now. The plants have spent the majority of the time indoors, so that's not ideal to growing. You do see some of the leaves have died back, which again is actually pretty natural for what this plant would do, should do in the autumn. I think we would generally expect to see some minor dieback, although the current plants have retained most of their greenage, but there's usually some dieback. And again, I think the dieback here is mostly from overwatering. I'd mentioned this in some of my other videos, that what I'm learning here as I go about this backyard nursery is how important it really is to get the soil, the rooting mix right. Because the rooting mix is your friend and can give you that margin of error to help protect as I'm going through things here. And what I've been doing is early on I was picking these substrates that they can get waterlogged pretty well. And luckily the Liriope holds up pretty well. But 75 days later, 100% success rate, and not surprisingly, lots of roots. See roots growing here, see some roots growing there, roots growing there, roots coming out of the bottom, rolling around the bottom there. So it's not quite root bound yet. What I love about this is that they're going to continue to grow over the fall. They're going to really take up the space in those plugs, and I'm going to have some great starter plugs to get going out in the sunshine early in the year. So 100% success propagating Liriope. I want to celebrate. This is my first 100% success moment. Woohoo! All right, so I'm here with my guest host, and I just want to do a quick recap on things that I learned along the way. So what was great about propagating this plant is that each of the small separate plants that I was able to pull away, they each already had their established root system, and that is a key component to helping these transplant really, really well. So it's a very hardy plant, very easy to turn one big plant into a bunch of baby plants. And so if what you're looking to do is either fill in an area, take that one plant that you buy from the nursery and separate it yourself to spread out and get more, start the culture in more areas. And also, if you're looking for a hardy plant just to get started with it, you can start here, because it really is easier to know where to make the cuttings, because you can kind of get a sense for where each of the baby plants are. And so in terms of things I would do differently, what I would do is change the soil that I'm using here. Instead of this mixture of mulch and topsoil mostly, what I would do instead is use a mixture that includes more peat or coconut coir, as well as some more perlite. What I've been finding is a lot better success in draining with that kind of a substrate. So that's what I'm learning as I go. But again, 100% success rate says maybe they don't need it. And so maybe you can save some money on the soil there too. So that's a wrap. I hope you like this video, and I hope you like the fact that I'm coming back and sharing the real world results with you. I'm just trying to share as I go along and share what I learn in my research, share the experiments I'm trying, and then share the results with you. So if you do like that, please hit the like button and consider subscribing if you haven't already, and then you'll get notified of all the new videos that I release. And I would really appreciate it. So thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to catching up with you next time.